Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back in to my presentation for February 11th, 2019. Today's video is going to be a special coverage of Winter Storm Maya, so stay tuned for that. As I'm looking outside my window, I do notice that the snow is starting to come back, and I will show you plenty of radar and models, as well as even some school closings for some kids and parents watching this video at this time, so stay tuned for that. As always, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell notifications. Do yourself a favor and do me a favor too. Please ring the bell notifications and also subscribe, like, and share my videos. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to show you first a radar loop of the Mid-Atlantic area, and I'm going to show you the future radar of where the snow is going to go. So right now, around 3:55 p.m., and as you can see, as a whole, we do have a pretty good batch of moderate snow from Bel Air, Maryland, Wilmington, Delaware, and south of Philly, south of Lebanon and Reading, but around Harrisburg as well. We do have some heavier, or I should say steadier snowfall that we have. And as we head forward in time, the snowfall rate is going to increase. Now what I have noticed, I'm going to show you the hourly after my next map that I'm going to show you. What I have noticed is that the changeover to rain has kind of been pushed back now to 11 o'clock, and it was originally 8:30. We're talking about in the morning tomorrow. So for like area like Philadelphia, Wilmington, now it's 11 o'clock in the morning as opposed to 8:30 in the morning. But like I said, areas like Baltimore are going to change over to rain much sooner because you are farther south, and also because your temperatures are warmer. This rain line is going to advance from south to north. I will show you some other models with longer range radar than this. And this is around 6:40, and as you can see, Dover is like in a freezing rain, maybe you can even say sleet area. Okay, they are literally right on the line of snow and rain. I'm not really going to spend too much time on this, but as you can see, the rain line isn't going to move much because this is still part of their first system. But once the second system continues to lift up to the north, and then you can see we do have that more wide. This is around 10 o'clock in the evening, and you can see evidence of the second storm heading north. Some more light to moderate snow. Dover is pretty much over to rain. Just north of College Park in Germantown, we do have some sleet, snow, and ice. And I think in some areas, let's say Philadelphia, Wilmington, Coatesville, we could even see another 3 to 5 inches from right now. So whatever snow you have on the ground, but potentially you could add another 2 to 4, maybe even 3 to 5 inches of snow. And as you can see on this graph right here, okay, this gives it to you perfectly. The area of dark blue, so whatever snow you have on the ground right now, this is updated by the minute. So whatever snow you have on the ground right now, in these areas of dark blue, add another 3 to 5 inches to it, and that'll probably be your storm total. These areas you see of purple here, Harrisburg, maybe Altoona would be like 8 to 12 inches, but like so would Williamsport, maybe like Cresco, Pennsylvania, or Wantage, New Jersey. Those areas of light pink and purple, or light purple, that's where we're going to get additional 5 to 8 inches of some snowfall, which is very, very significant. In these areas of hot pink, that's where we can see potentially at least another 1.5 feet. And these areas of very bright pink, that's where you can see another 2 feet plus, possibly. 2 feet plus. Okay, so the storm is very, very dangerous and serious. So if you want to time it out, how much snow by city, New York, maybe another 3 to 5 inches is possible. Trenton, another 3 to 5 potentially. Trenton, Philadelphia, Wilmington, more like another 2 to 4 inches, but 5 inches I cannot rule out. Baltimore, it's, if you're lucky, maybe another trace of snow for the rest of the storm. And places like Millville, Winslow, maybe another 2 to 4 inches, as well as Atlantic City. Dover, not going to get anything except a little bit of ice. DC, this is pretty much all rain for you. This forecast changed like that. So you're going to really get nothing. Maybe as a whole storm before right now, you probably might have gotten a trace of snow, but that's about it for you. Now for the hourly forecast. Okay, again, this city I have plugged in here is Philadelphia. If you live in the surrounding areas, it's pretty much as similar to you. But if you live in the Lehigh Valley and areas far north and west of Philadelphia, you're going to have a prolonged period of icing. And the NAM is showing that for as well as northern Delaware, also eastern Pennsylvania, it's showing potentially a prolonged period of icing. So, as you can see, we're going to have some snow showers, and continuing all the way through 6 o'clock, and I'm going to move this another 8 hours. Okay, it doesn't stop at 6 o'clock. But you can see some steadier snow picking up overnight. Okay, this is why I think we could total out another couple inches. Now, this is what I mean. The changeover to rain was supposed to happen right around here. Now they're saying because temperatures are going to be colder for a longer period of time, we're going to stay at 33 for a longer period of time. So I think that area, 8 to 10 o'clock, is going to be that area where that ice is going to start to come in. Okay, and that's where it's going to be very, very dangerous. Okay, now the good news is, at least for Philadelphia, Philadelphia, you're always warmer than the suburbs. If you haven't heard this saying before, well, it's actually truth, it's not a saying. But because the city has so much pollutants and trash, it is always warmer than the surrounding areas. Like I live in like a suburban area, okay, and a suburban area in Delaware would be colder than Pennsylvania, so I'd probably see a little bit cooler temperatures than this, only by about a degree or two, but it does make a difference, especially in storms like this. That's why I don't like really living in the city. Anyway, so we're going to go to the NAM model now, and this is the NAM 12KM, and I'm going to take it back to hour 1. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this is playing out. Now remember, this is actual radar. So here it is, some nice snow, some nice light, moderate snowfall. Okay, northern Delaware around Millville, New Jersey, Hagerstown, actually, east of Hagerstown, Maryland. Hagerstown would be under rain. And then you can see, we do have some areas that are under a little bit of moderate snow. And later on in the video, I will also show you my forecast for the rest of this winter storm. And you can see the snow continues, and then for some of these areas that you see here lit up in purple, that's going to be where you're going to find your sleet. The pink is the freezing rain. Generally, sleet, you have cooler temperatures than freezing rain. Freezing rain is normally warmer. So what's basically going to happen is this low pulls out to the north, deepenly strengthens, and we have another mini low, and you can actually clearly see it right here that kind of pulls up the coast. And you can see kind of by the low circle outline. That gives you your low pressure zone. That's going to develop along the coast. And that is pretty much the main reason why, or at least part of the reason why we are changing the rain. And you can notice how that low that I just mentioned offshore, it's relatively weak, but now we're down to 10-12 pressure, or maybe around 10-10 pressure for this other low pressure system that is sitting near the coastline. Okay, and then you can see as it finally pulls away, we do have a bigger storm up in here, 991 millibar pressure, which is very strong. Some sleet and freezing rain, and the NAM isn't really giving too much rain with all these, with this storm in particular. It's not really saying once it changes over to rain, it's not really going to be too much. So the snowfall, additional snowfall, okay, 6 to 12 inches, okay, not really going to be the case. But I do, of course, I do not agree with this because it's saying another 5 inches for Washington, D.C. Okay, they're not even going to get anything, which is why I think this model could be very bull sometimes. But in the Southern Virginia, maybe an inch or two, again, I do not agree with that. These areas here are going to be all rain. Unless you're in a mountainous area in here, okay, it is going to be all rain for you, all rain. From this point forward. So we're going to look at now the NAM 3KM model. Okay, actually, why not look at the snow first? Okay, everyone wants to see the snow first. So 4 inches of snow, potentially, northern Delaware area. See, this is what I don't like about the NAM models. They have these little bands here, like 15 inches, 13 inches of snow, a foot of snow. These little bands, these banding features that they always have setting up. That's the only thing I don't like about this NAM 3KM model. But they are a little bit more reasonable than the NAM 12KM. Okay? Now we're going to look at some temperatures, because temperatures with this storm are absolutely key. I cannot stress that enough. Like literally, like a degree or two can make the difference with your precipitation type, whether it be rain, ice, sleet, freezing rain, whatever. So we're going to look at right now. It's actually, this is pretty much right now. Okay, and you can see that temperatures, according to the not high resolution model, HRDPS model, which is a sort of high resolution Canadian model, has temperatures in this particular zone below freezing. Of course, obviously it's below freezing up in New England. But you can see temperatures around between 29 and 32 degrees. Okay, inside this blue shade, this light blue shade means you are 32 degrees and under, which is what that means. Okay, now notice, as we head through the night, of course, temperatures are going to be hanging around 30, 31. But look at what this is saying. Okay, 14Z, this is like 11 o'clock, if not noon. And it's still saying temperatures are hovering around freezing. So if that's the case, we can still see some ice. Now usually ice can go up to about 33, maybe even 34, but more likely 33. After 33 though, it is usually rain. Although, again, depending on the storm, that could be a different case. Sometimes 36 can mean ice. Okay, it all depends on the storm. But you can see behind it, we do have a little warm flow coming from the south. And you can tell because on the western side, we have temperatures in the 40s. Eastern side, we got temperatures in the 20s and 30s. So it's kind of obvious that we have like a little nudge of warm air like this, like a little mountain peak. It's kind of squeezing its way up Ohio, Kentucky, western West Virginia, where we do have temperatures in the upper 50s, if not hitting 60, especially in Tennessee. And they're like, well, why is there a line here? It's because HRDPS is a Canadian model, so it tried to cover these northern areas. Some people will probably be asking that, like, why is this area all white and doesn't have any graphing? That is why. Okay, so our next model for the temperatures is a WRF-ARW2. Okay, it's a mouthful. Okay, this is from the mesoscale. If you're on Tropical Tidbits and you're a future meteorologist like myself, you can find this on Tropical Tidbits under the mesoscale section. Again, WRF has a chain of 3 models. I am restricted on time, so I'm not going to use all of them, but I'm going to use the WRF-ARW2. So, and this one, NMM is usually one of the more accurate ones, but this is like comes second place in accuracy, and I do like to use this a lot, especially for temperatures. Okay, so this is from 0Z, okay, which is like overnight last night. Okay, so I don't know why this model hasn't been updating, but that is okay. They're like the Euro model. They only do 0Z and 12Z runs. So I will take you to right now. Okay, this is basically around right now. And we do have temperatures hovering around freezing according to this model. Okay, you see scattered areas of 32 degrees or below. Sorry, that was very sloppy. 32 degrees and below. And as we head through time, as we head through the night, obviously temperatures will drop below freezing in all of Pennsylvania, except that one little outsider in southwestern Pennsylvania. Okay, but in general, all of Pennsylvania will probably be below freezing or at freezing. And as we head through the day Tuesday, now this model is interesting because it's going a little cold. Because even for Philadelphia, it's saying 27 degrees. And this is, again, like I said, this is the very late morning when we should just about be changing over to rain. So it's saying 25 degrees. Okay, at least for where I am. So, and if you go to 18Z, even the warmest, between like 18Z and 21Z is one of the warmest parts of the day in general. And it's still saying 27 degrees. Okay, so this is what they're talking about with that prolonged ice threat for the Ohio Valley. And then they're saying maybe temperatures could finally, like we're talking about like late evening Tuesday, could finally get above freezing. Okay, but I think this model is going a little bit cold. Now, I'm going to show you Pivotal Weather, the WRAP model, which is a new model that I've looked at. I really haven't looked at them before, except on a very one website, which is not Pivotal Weather. And after this, I'm going to show you the school closings, some weather models.com information, and my forecast, and we will be all done. So, I tried to, this is as far as I can zoom in. It doesn't let me go regional, so this is as far as I can zoom in. And as you can see, this is basically right now. We have that nice little band of snow, rain to the south, sleet and freezing rain in the middle, as with every winter storm. And you can see that as we head through time, there will be a changeover to sleet and freezing rain in a lot of areas. Okay, there's that low pressure system pulling north. We have another little mini one pushing up, hugging the coast, which is part of the reason why we will change over to rain. And there you go. We have that growing area of sleet, which is why I cannot stress this enough. The Lehigh Valley will be under a prolonged period of ice potentially, because that as this storm moves north and intensifies, so will the coverage of that area of sleet. Which is why now, at least where I am, can be potentially under a prolonged area of sleet and freezing rain again, which is why the temperature has been going down and the changeover to rain has been pushed back. Now, as far as school closings go, okay, so again, no, this covers Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Okay, I'm sorry I couldn't find the ABC school closings for really any other area. My computer's been acting weird. So, school closings, okay? Pennsylvania has several. New Jersey has one, okay? Naldane Academy, if you happen to be there, you're going to open 2.5 hours late. This is tomorrow, February 12th. Okay, Westchester University is closed. St. Denis Religious Ed program is closed. Rock School is closed in Philadelphia. Philadelphia School District in Philadelphia is going to be opening 2 hours late. Philadelphia Parochial Schools is opening 2 hours late. Philadelphia Archidocian Schools is opening 2 hours late. And in Norristown area school district, you have no after-school activity. So that's all these school closings out of there right now for these states of Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Okie dokie. Now we're going to go head up to some weathermodels.com. And then we'll head to my forecast. So, weathermodels.com. Okay, well that's loading. I'll actually go to my forecast. Surprise! Okay, so as you can see, this is my forecast. Like I said, I think Baltimore, DC on south, all these areas is pretty much going to be all rain all day for you. Okay, you can dream of the next storm for snow. You had your fair share now. Okay, so in this area in the middle, right here, Delaware, Jersey, Pennsylvania, southern New York, even up to New England coast, potentially a snow to ice terrain. New England coast, could they remain all snow? Yes, potentially, but I think we will be okie dokie for you. And areas like Jackman, Maine, Caribou, Maine, Adirondack Mountains, Montpelier, Vermont, even Concord, New Hampshire might stay all snow for you. Okay, so please be very careful if you are out traveling. Oh, here's weather models. Okay. Don't know what happened. Must have refreshed or something. So, you can see that snow is working its way up from the south. Okay, looks like it's going to weaken. And then, this is the European model. Okay, the 1 hour loop. And you can see eventually it will come back up from the south and west. Change over to some sleet and freezing rain. Oh boy, that looks ugly. And then eventually taper off as we head into early Wednesday morning. So, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Again, please subscribe and ring the notification bell. Like, share, and comment on my videos. Thank you all for watching. I am The Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time.